We had actually just gotten up a little early today to go to some estate sales because they close early. Just said early twice. The first one was here in Madison. We're going to be heading out of town too. Didn't know how this one was going to be. Turned out to be pretty awesome. I've got like 100 books there, and they're all like really unique prints of different things. And then got a bunch of old games, Papa Smurf type stuff. I thought this was going to be a lame sale, and already we've spent like maybe $300, and we still have to go down to this little small town at this estate sale shop. They're only open like once a month, and we're heading down to that because it's a really unique place. The small town I mentioned, we can never remember what the name is. It's something like, what do you say it's called?
Mosquito.
No, it's Mukwanago, maybe? Maybe. And you always say, and then you also said like Muckaluk. We know that the beginning is muck, but it's about an hour and a half drive, so we're gonna do that now.
I can just use this bag or something.
Oh, no way. I forgot they had the whole room with the books. Well, then I'm gonna look through the comics. Ooh, yeah. All the glass is genuine. I always feel like when I'm filming the footage in here that I never find anything. So that sale turned out to be like way cheaper than we thought it was going to be. So the guy basically gave us like the hugest deal on stuff. He kept I think he basically gave us everything for $1. We had like 3-4 boxes full of stuff, including, and they were all good. They were actually, that estate sale we were at was actually really good, but this place was better.
Yeah.
We got like a whole box of like games from the 60s and 50s and some puppets and dolls. Shit ton of puzzles, as Mary Joy pointed out. Then of course, a whole bag full of old toys. So an old projector that it actually has the film reels with it, and I tested it out and it works. And then you watch it and it does a little kaleidoscope thing. I like how I'm putting it up to the camera like you'll be able to see inside of it. Some coloring books that actually weren't used. So it was a good haul, and it was all for under 100. Like the drive was worth it. It was like an hour and a half drive, and made it great, actually a really good haul. Also, I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of this. Jesus Christ. I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of this, but I thought when we were coming here, I don't muck have to go, I muck wanna go. I'm sure that that's like an old joke here, but I don't know, I thought of it. So we're back home, we're in our parking garage now. I don't know why, but I hate this part. I hate loading up, even though we have a cart and an elevator. For some reason, this is my most unfavorite part of this journey, is taking it up to our place. Like once we get in there, it's fine, but just like taking out of the car, putting it in the carts, and it's not even that huge of a deal. I don't know why it bugs me so much. One of the boxes, I'm just gonna go through and show a couple of the things, just because we got so much, so I can just generalize what we have. Etch-a-Sketch and Etch-a-Sketch stencils, so you put them on top of there and then draw what's on it. An old spirograph, which is actually complete. I was surprised by that. A whole group of illustrated cardboard puzzles from, I'm gonna say at least the 50s or 60s, because it's got Tom and Jerry and Howdy Doody, which is a show about introducing yourself to poo. Howdy Doody. Come on now. Got this game Forest Friends, even though it's got this huge like burn or stain or something on it. We actually got tons of puzzles on this one. Shit ton of puzzles, as Mary Joy pointed out. The older they are, the better they do. Like I've gotten ones from the 80s that look cool, and I always feel like nobody wants those. I like them, that's why I get them. Popeye board game, never seen it before. These are slideshow projector slide projector things. Kenner's Give a Show projector. So it used to be a thing. It was basically just a slide projector, and kids were supposed to just show scenes from cartoons on it. Oh, this one's upside down. I got 3 of them. I got Quick Draw McGraw, Johnny Quest, and Rough and Ready Space Cadets. More puzzles. Pinocchio. This thing. More Hello Duty. This one's actually a board game. A couple of old illustrated glasses. Sad Clown. Hangin' Harvey. Inside it's got these little people. It's like Plinko on The Price is Right, but it's a person, and you put sticks in to make it fall down a certain way. So, and that's from Ideal. This is a Burger King iron-on for shirts of the Burger King King. Promotional McDonald's Happy Meal puzzle. I think that's from like the 70s. Oh, good. 2 Burger Kings. More illustrated frame tray puzzles. Oh, and Dusty. That got up my nose. Bert and Ernie color form set, and I looked, and it does have all the color forms, so that's awesome. Another box of frame tray puzzles that are illustrated. A Richie Rich board game. Big money, no whammies. Mad magazine game. Bump. All right, what else do I got? We got a Papa Smurf. That right there, still in box. Chip and Dale's Rescue Ranger bag. Beanbag Garfield, these are always fun. Oh. Got these. I wish I had the football one, but all I have these are the handheld electronic Mattel Classic basketball and baseball, but the football one was the one that I used to have. I believe this is a light and a radio. It's got a light up thing there. Hey Bert! Hey Bert! Hey Bert! I can do it better. I know I can. Hey Bert! Hanna-Barbera Yogi Bear. It's actually from Dell Comics. So it's a Dell comic licensed version of it, the 4-color comic that they used to do Hanna-Barbera cartoons in. Ahead. That one doesn't squeak. Some really cool old like prints on like popcorn boxes. An old Charlie Brown coloring book that has not been used, which is always a nice find when that happens. At the estate sale, they had a whole closet full of books. And I was looking at them, of course, because I got all of them. There was a dude who was kind of waiting behind me because it was in a closet, so I was standing there blocking the way. And then as I looked at it, I was like, oh, I want a lot of these. So I started grabbing sections and taking them out. So the guy finally kind of like nudged his way in and was like trying to grab books, and I'm just like, scoop, scoop, brunk. Okay, these are the books. So when I had those cassettes before, here are all of the see, hear, and read books. Whole stack of them. So these were sitting on one shelf. Cassettes were priced separately than the books. That was kind of annoying, but whatever. I figured it out, so otherwise I would have just grabbed these books and would have had to say, doesn't come with the cassette. Now I got to go through the cassettes and figure out what goes with what, but this is one of the things that I grabbed when the guy started noticing that I was doing that. A whole slew of I Can Read books. Now these are the ones from the 50s and 60s. A lot of them written by Theo Lasigue, I believe it's pronounced, and he would work with different illustrators. These are the ones that I always found more interesting. I Wish I Had Duck Feet was my most favorite one. Maybe You Should Fly a Jet, Dr. Dolittle and the Pirates, The Hare Book, The Big Jump and Other Stories, The King's Wish, Wings on Things, which makes it sound like you're going around putting your wings on stuff, Tubby and the Lantern, 10 Apples Up on Top. This one's actually got some really cool illustrations. I've had a couple of copies of this and I really like it. And this book was the one when I was going to grade school was always checked out of the library. The Wacky Wednesday book. And then one more, Summer. Do. No, that's Sugar. Never mind. So, around this time is when the guy in the closet, I wish that I could have videotaped that because it was really comical. He was taking his time looking around for stuff to collect, and I was like, I know what I want, conk, 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 and just started taking it. That's when I started picking up these. It's an entire series of Sesame Street treasuries. These are like the kind that you would do mail order for, like you would get them one every month in the mail. You would sign up for them. There'd be like a commercial or like some sort of thing in a magazine, and they were special edition. They weren't like in the libraries or they weren't in bookstores. You had to mail order them. So this was pretty cool to find. These are neat. I have not seen a lot of these. There was also a whole series of Teddy Ruxpin books, and these also came with cassettes. So I took those when I got the cassettes as well. These were all on the bottom. These are some more of those beginning reader series books. So again, this had whole collections, and my favorite part was that they were not the Dr. Seuss book. They were everything but the Dr. Seuss books. Bennett Cerf, he's the person who wrote a lot of joke books for these series, and he would always have, who's the illustrator? Roy McKee, do the illustrations for him. So there'd be riddles and jokes, and these really fantastic illustrations. It's very stylized, and I love this guy's artwork. So finding these books, I always enjoy. More of them. Boom. I believe that's mostly everything. That's the important stuff. There's a bunch of other little things here too, but those books were the thing that I was the most excited about. And then going to that place, the warehouse that we went to today, it was just great. The guy was super nice and gave us a really good deal.